Alright, if you don't know what's going on with the price of Bitcoin right now, let me break it down simplistically on what we're looking at, what's going on right now, and how I'm exactly playing what's going on right now. So obviously, if you remember last time, we simplified the price, and it's very easy. And if you haven't figured out already what's going on in this graph, let me explain it. Because I mean, when I look at this, everything is explained so vividly. Let's take this out. So you have right here, obviously the price has been held down by the EMA ribbon. We haven't flipped above the EMA ribbon actually since last video. The price has been, but the EMA ribbon moved down, so we're gonna move this line to right where this EMA ribbon, the top of it is. Okay, so and that's at 48,936. Okay, so this obviously right here is where we flip bullish. This is really where, okay, if we can get a weekly close above here, we flip bullish, because we've never done that. We've had some wicks, but we've never had, or as I was, a daily close. If we have a daily close above here, then we flip bullish. We haven't had that since we fell down. And then obviously, if we close a daily candle above this area right here, this would be a giant double bottom, and that's even more bullish. And if we wick above here, obviously, we set a higher high on this entire dip. And that's even more bullish. Alright, so that's what all these lines mean. This is basically our bullish control zone between 48,936 to 52,050. We're not there yet. And this just gives you a very good visualization of where we would be bullish at. This right here, let's draw it with dashed lines. This dashed line area right here, this is our buying zone. Anything around here, around 39,635 down to 37,178, like around that area is an incredible place to buy, because I don't see the price right now, spoiler alert, I don't see the price really going below where we're at right now with it. It just depends on two things, and I've been saying this for a while, and so if you haven't heard it, you're about to hear it right now. As long as we continue to do well in the stock market, so if you don't know, the stock market and Bitcoin are highly correlated. What we saw a lot, especially around this area, especially right here, was that we had, I think this was the Omicron variant right here, when the new Delta variant was released for COVID-19. I think that's what ended up crashing this. I don't remember. We had a really red day though when that ended up happening. It was somewhere around here. Big red day. And so as long as we don't see two things, as long as we don't see COVID-19 news, as long as we don't see Federal Reserve news, because you have to understand that on the weekends it doesn't really matter, as long as there's not any massive news. But today is Tuesday, or as I was, no, it's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow is Wednesday. We have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in the stock market, so we have 3 more days in the stock market. We need those days to be green. The reason we're seeing such a massive recovery is because we saw such a massive recovery in the stock market, and the reason we fell down so low is because we fell down in the stock market. Go back and look at the stock market 2 days ago, or whenever this was, January the 22nd, or as I was looking at the year, January 10th on the stock market, we're down. You look at Bitcoin, January 10th, we're down. You look at the stock market, January 11th, we're up. You look at the Bitcoin, January 11th, we're up. They're highly correlated. So we need to see the stock market go up. We need to see no negative news come out. And then I don't expect us to go any lower than this. And really what I'm looking at, the chart that, because I always give you guys the charts, like look how good this chart is. Comes into here, that's our buy zone. Okay, super simple. Where do I buy? Well, not financial advice, but we've called the bottom quite a bit, and this seems to be a good area to buy if we even get that opportunity. Which again, it depends on if there's news, and it depends on what the Fed says, you know, because the Fed was talking and they cost us a lot of dumpage, a lot of negative price action because they decided to open their mouth. And then obviously right here, this is where we flip bullish. So the price action right now, flipping in between, I'm about to cover that chart. And this is going to give you a full picture of what's going on with the crypto price. So what we've seen is we've seen quite a bit. So I'm gonna break this whole thing down and really give you the whole historical context, everything with the charts, to give you the full picture of exactly what we're looking at here. So right now we're on the 4-hour, and specifically what we're looking at is the EMA ribbon band, and we're gonna zoom in a little bit. And what we see is that we constantly test the top of this band, and if we don't break above it, if we don't break above this band, we remain bearish and we continue to go down. And you can see that this is probably the best indicator to be looking at right now on the 4-hour, and really it's exactly, this shows a perfect picture of us in between this control zone between buying and flipping bullish. And so really what we're looking for is, can we get above this line? So this is going to need to be adjusted over time, and we definitely do not want, we'll do dotted for this one. So we definitely want to be above this line. If we're not above this line right here, it doesn't really make any sense to buy in this area right here. So you know, the price action can dance around in between these two lines, and then as soon as it hits here, or as soon as it hits here, we can start making decisions. Just measure this out real quick. %. Even on 10x leverage, that's 10%. That's relatively decent. But so here's what I'm looking at. Here's why I measured that. As soon as we break above this level, we set a higher high on this entire dip, which is absolutely massive. Excuse me. So that being said, that's really what I'm looking at. It's this area right here. This is really the start to flipping bullish, and then this is where it's complete bull mode. At that point, like if we break above this level right here, the only thing stopping Bitcoin is going to be, and I'm not going to put a line there because that would just be too many lines at that point. That would start to be confusing. This area we tend to find resistance in. So I mean, we usually go bull mode, and then we tend to find resistance somewhere in here. That being said, where would we find resistance most likely? If we do recover out of this dip, everybody's going to be very bullish, and we're going to be looking at a double bottom formation. So right now it's being retested, and it's all sorts of messed up, so I don't really like giving this target out right now. But if we were to break above these levels, I definitely think this double bottom would be in. Let me draw it really quick, and then I'm going to delete it so you don't get confused. So right here is what you call the neckline, and you definitely don't want it to be dotted. Okay, so this is the neckline for the double bottom, and then this would essentially be one bottom, this would essentially be two bottoms, again with that being the neckline. The measured moves brings us all the way up to 45,784. let's see what that would look like on the EMA ribbons. So yeah, see on the daily that puts us into the EMA ribbons, but we're not above them. And so seeing a rejection around here is definitely possible. Let me delete this. Like I said, I don't want to clutter up the charts. So that's what I'm looking at right now is if you need a recap, this is the buying zone. This is a tradable area. This is where people are going to start to make trades, open trades, small amounts right here, small amounts right here, right it up to right here. And then it's, you know, are we going to continue up? Because what we've seen time and time again is we head into this EMA ribbon on the daily, we can't break above it. But if we break above it, which I think we can this time, there's no guarantees, and historically we haven't recently, but the reason I'm so optimistic is because it's down so much. This EMA ribbon has come down so much. It's like absolutely ridiculous that we wouldn't be able to break and hold above 48,936. But anyways, these levels this is like maximum bull territory. But as we get these levels, I become more and more ridiculously bullish. And so that's a very, very simplistic way of looking at the chart. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this video, and I hope you understand what's going on with Bitcoin now, if you haven't already figured it out.